Hello and welcome back once again, pioneers, awakened souls, werewolves, divergence, and glitches. It's a party, it's a party, it's a party. Bitcoin, happy birthday to you. Sending you all much love and high vibrations out to wherever you may be in the matrix and galaxy tonight. See, pioneers, most people, they're stoppable. They are beatable. Most people, pioneers, all you have to do is tell them they can't and no. Make it inconvenient. Lay some obstacles and some trials and tribulations in their way. A little bit of issues here and there. And they gonna surrender, retreat, back down and give up. We talking about straight quitting, throwing in the towel. Surrendering. But not a pioneer. See, those people that surrender, they don't realize that it goes with the territory of being a pioneer, that when you want to grow and ascend to your higher self, when you want to experience more, chaos gonna break loose in your life. Everything that can will happen. And it's one thing, pioneers, to believe when you've got success, when your friendships are perfect, when your health is in the best shape. It's easy to believe then that it's easy to succeed. But when you get that diagnosis that might say, hey, you need to walk with death, you might not be around much longer. When you lose your job, somebody breaks up with you, thought you was gonna be with them forever. That's when you want to dig deep, not quit, not surrender. You got to find something within you, pioneers, and never deny it. Because there is something about you, a power within you, pioneers, that regardless of what happens, you can stand up right now today inside of yourself, reach into your higher self, going within, finding all the answers, and declare from right then that I am going to succeed and win. See, you got to get to the point in your life, pioneers, where you can say, I've had it. This is enough. I can't even live like this no more. There is more to life than this. See, I'm drawing the line right now today, saying enough is enough, and I won't let nothing stand in my way. I'm not going to go through life feeling like I'm worthless, powerless. See, I am worth abundance. See, I'm powerful in chaos. The chaos that's coming is going to be an opportunity, pioneers. Harness the pain you're going through, the trials and tribulations, so you can rise to the challenge and refuse to allow the chaos in the world around us to determine the pioneer within. Can I get a hello there, pioneers? Look at the opposition, the haters, and say, I'm going to do it anyway. You don't know what's going on in my life, what I've been through. See, it doesn't matter what you've been through, though. The only thing that matters is what are you doing about it. See, I can become mad, sad, weak over the troubles in my life. Or I can say, oh, it's okay, and I'm going to make it happen. Instead of allowing something to destroy me, I'm going to allow it to build me up. See, I got the power as a pioneer to do that, and you do too. Things are going to happen to us, pioneers. But we got to harness that will within, because where there's a will, there's a way. And we got to move so we can grow and get on with our life. Developing our character, preparing ourselves for what it is we truly want. Because we already expect to have received it. We're holding on to that dream as if it's already ours. See, you got to be out of your mind to believe, pioneers, in spite of all these troubles, that you can't still make it. You got to be crazy. See, yes, I'm crazy, but the crazy people are the only ones who are going to change the world right now, today. Do the impossible, believing in our heart of hearts. In spite of the trials and tribulations that we're going through, we can still win. It don't matter how many times I fall, pioneers. I've failed time and time again. Last week alone was one example. You know, I don't care what people think, though. This is something I want, something that gives my life meaning and value. To come out here and provide work for my pioneers. Because I don't give up. I never quit, never surrender. Fourth quarter overtime. See, I understand that greatness is within me. And I'm going to pull it out and live my life. When life's putting the pressure on me, I'm gonna juke and make another way. I'm gonna close my mind and let go of all the worries, Hakuna Matata, making a way, paving the way to become my higher self. See, quitting should never ever be an option for us pioneers. See, that's not the answer. That's weakness in our mind, out to worry us to death, stress us beyond measure, out to make us surrender and retreat, to make us think that we can't succeed, to make us give up on our dream. So war is taking place not only in the world, but in our mind, in our savings accounts. See, the fight we gotta fight right now today, pioneers, is falling for the narratives, getting distracted from becoming our higher self. See, we gotta get all the self-pity and victimizing thoughts out of our life, out of our mind. And if you don't like where you're at, that's fine. Don't worry about it, because this is just a chapter, pioneers. And if you don't like what's been written so far, rewrite the chapter. You're the author. It's just a chapter, pioneers. There's another one to come. This ain't the conclusion of the novel. See, don't get worried over one chapter in your life, because this isn't the end of your story. The last chapter of your life, the conclusion has not yet been written. See, we can turn things around no matter what. It doesn't matter what happened last year, yesterday, last week. What matters is what are we doing right now today to become our higher self, to make our life better. What steps are we taking as a pioneer to grow, to improve our surrounding, our lives? Because what you believe in your hearts and speak in your minds will eventually become your words and your reality. And I'm sending you all much love and high vibrations out to wherever you may be. Again, happy Halloween, happy Samhain, happy All Hallows Tide to all my pioneers out there that celebrate. They got the kids that they take to trick or treat. We had to take the king tonight to trick or treat, you guys. Sending you all much love. So, hopefully you're being safe out there on Halloween tonight. Almost saw a kid get run over. Let us pray. So, we had this chart that we've recently talked about, which was our October 31st, our Samhain, Halloween, and Bitcoin, the month of Bitcoin, which is November, ritual, that I wanted to bring back up at the start of this video tonight, because this is the weekly time frame, pioneers. I don't really care too much about the 2 hour, the daily, but when we get to the weekly time frame and we see this RSI start to get overheated, overbought, well, it's getting pretty close to, time to pay very close attention to what could be going on over the next few days for cryptocurrency. Usually around this time period, like I stated at the beginning of October, we tend to see a very different price action in the charts, and history has proven this time and time again. By the 3rd, 4th week of October into November, we tend to see some fluctuating volume and price action in these charts. So again, stock RSI completely just, getting up there again. Something we've talked about going back 15 years now for cryptocurrency was every time on the weekly time frame that we got up here, we tend to see a pretty dramatic pullback for cryptocurrency. So yet again, up here on the stock RSI, price action to the upside. RSI just starting to get to where we can put some green shade in here. I mean, I love this new feature on the RSI. It used to not be like that. But anyways, we can still see this thing climb on up in here to the 85 to 95 range over the next week, 2 weeks for crypto, bringing some pretty dramatic price action to the cards. So is that going to take us to 38, 41K, coach? I don't know. We'll talk about it. Check the chat. Make sure everybody's still viewing us, doing well. Sending you all much love. Roy, RC3 more. Looking forward to tuning in. Thank you for tuning in. Nathan Ward. What's up, brother? All right. Inna Ash, can I get a hello, dear? Yes, ma'am, you can. Much love. Shout out to Abe and everyone. Many blessings. Yes, yes, yes. Certainly. Awesome. Any questions? Just put them down below, pioneers. Let's go. All right. 4 people viewing. 5 likes. That's what I'm talking about. We up on numbers. So that's the best way to support the channel is hit the like and share button. Get this out to more high vibrational conscious pioneers. So back to this weekly time frame. starting a new week. What's today? Tuesday, yesterday. So on the 30th of October, we started a new weekly candle that we're going to want to pay close attention to, that could possibly bring us right back down to around, I'm thinking 31,800. The 313, 31,500, right here around pi. Our previous cycle top going all the way back to June and July, 31,400, pi 3.14. So that mathematical constant, I think, could be a back test in the cards. Chill some of these indicators out some, heading into November, and boom, right back up. But we'll talk about it. We got the whole month of November to decode. We won't go over every single day, but we're going to be going over quite a few days in the first 3 weeks of cryptocurrency, or of November for cryptocurrency. All right. So what I've been sharing with my pioneers recently is something I shared in last night's video, pulling a fib from this high to the swing low and seeing that we're still getting rejection from the 702. Pretty crazy. We know that's a pretty pivotal range in the Fibonacci, or for Bitcoin period, tied to this 72. Bitcoin equals 72 in numerology. If you're a pioneer, you've seen this. But yeah, giving us that same 72, just like money. So paying close attention to this 702 range right there at 34,700. Again, 347 being the 69th prime number. We know Bitcoin hit a 69K top. Speaking of this, I think that's where we'll start tonight's decode, is going all the way back to November 10th, 2021, all the way to today, and we see that that is a span of 720 days. So tying us into that 702 range we're getting rejection from, tying us into Bitcoin in the 72 we get in money, Bitcoin 72. And remember, this was the 314th day of the year, pi. We could get a back test of 31,400 in the next 72 hours is what I'm thinking. This was the 1110 date. Drop the 0, you have the very powerful 111 that we will also be getting tomorrow in November's date, 11-1. NOV really being 9 in Latin, so let's remember that. It's really the 9th month, but in the Gregorian calendar we practice it as the 11th month. So 11-1 tomorrow, giving us that very powerful manifestation number. What can we manifest into our lives right now, pioneers? So fresh starts and new beginnings, that's what we can do, is manifest fresh starts and new beginnings for cryptocurrency, for our portfolios, for our lifestyles and our mindset right now, today. So bring abundance to our lives. That's what it represents, that 111. So to me, at least, I find a lot of clarity in that. So again, tying us into that 72, and when we look at cryptocurrency, we got another 702 range that I think we can go to if we pull a fib from our swing highs back in April on Satoshi's birthday, before we sold off for a year. We can pull from high to low and we get a 702 right there at around 38K. That's where I'm thinking we can possibly move up to, extend this RSI even more. Maybe we pull back because the 2-hour time frame is extremely overbought. Daily is extremely overbought. So that's something to pay attention to. This is the daily chart. So maybe we do push up a little bit more, get this RSI into ranges of around 95, 99, let us pray, and then pull back down to around this 32K range. Today is 1031, pioneers. That is, you're crazy. 131, drop to 0. 131 is the 32nd prime number. So I'm thinking we could possibly see this week a pullback to 32K, 31,800, and retest our previous wick highs. So something I'm paying close attention to over the next 72 hours. All right, going into more of the code here, around this 111. We know it's manifestation. It ties us into the sun and the moon that these markets are ran on by astrology. Could we go to 33, 30K? Who knows? Could we go all the way to 37 on 11-1? Let's pay close attention. So these markets are ran on a computer. We know this. 111 on off the internet where we're all hanging out right now, giving us that same 111. It's all a every time I get on live, the internet wants to shut me down, pioneers.
Have you ever considered that you ask too much, that you take too much for granted? Has it ever crossed your brilliant mind that I don't want to do?
Alright, pioneers, we back. I don't know what happens. Every time I want to go on a live stream with you guys, I just get kicked off. My computer shuts down and everything. It did it. Still live. Awesome. Thank you, Nathan, for letting me know that. Zodiac signs changing in November. Okay, we can talk about that. We're in Scorpio right now, Roy Moore. So around the 22nd, 21st will be the Zodiac change. Alright, so boom. Let's see if we get a date right here. Into Sagittarius. We'll just look it up. Let's get our music playing. Spooky Halloween ambience. Let's go. Awesome. Drop this in Stargate. Yeah, I'll get to that. I already did. I already put a I'll go to Conspiracy Theories channel. Oh yeah, I did it there too. Yep. Boom, we're live. There you go, Nathan. Dropped it in there for you. Alright, you guys. Now that we're back, let's go ahead and talk about this. Before it kicks me off again, let us pray. I was just getting good too. But zodiac signs and dates. Sagittarius. So, Roy Moore, we're going to be looking out for what day? November 22nd, 11/22. Isn't that when JFK went down in December? Or in Texas. November 22nd. I'm pretty sure that was the date JFK was assassinated. Yeah, November 22nd. So just tying that in there. That's our Sagittarius zodiac change. Around the 21st, 22nd, it tends to bring in microstructure, reset, recycle. We can get to that in a moment in the charts. So pay close attention to the 21st, 22nd for Sagittarius. The 9th astrological sign. We're again in November 9, the 9th month. Okay? So, alright, you guys. Going back to 11/2. Let's do it right here. And then connect this to Bitcoin's father's birthday, April 5th, 2024, the next birthday for Satoshi Nakamoto. If we go back to the day real quick, we see that that's 22 weeks, 3 days, the 223, skull and bones, or 5 months, 5 days that we get in Satoshi Nakamoto. And as y'all know, astrology was giving us that 111 that we were talking about. We skipped over that since it kicked us off. Seems like we were getting onto something there. But boom, Satoshi Nakamoto giving us that same 55 from today's date. So highly tied to the price action we may see coming out of the day into tomorrow for Bitcoin. 11/2, 211. You know, robbery for police. That's the penal code for police. Alright, so going to be paying close attention to a potential volatile time period around 11/2 as well. This ties us into Judaism, where the markets are ran from. You know, the Jews have a lot of influence in monetary policy. So, Zionists, who control the world, giving us that same 112. Manipulate, giving us that same 112. Can we possibly see some manipulation over the next 72 hours, heading into Well, what is going to be 11-3, or that 311, that 113 number that we know is very occultic, pioneers, being the day that leaves 58 days left in the year, tying us into the puppet master. Okay, so paying close attention, right? But 113 is usually tied to something that is, well, just simply not true. Just something that is bull shite. Okay, all giving us that 113, tying us into the Babylonian Talmud, the Baba Kamal 113. Alright, so go and do your own due diligence and research there for that. It's anything dishonest that we may see on Thursday 113 or 311. So, leading us into a day that's tied to everybody, and that's going to be the day that adds up to 58, all controlled by the puppet master, you guys remember that. But it's also going to be 114, tying us into our DNA, pioneers, deoxyribonucleic acid, giving us that 114. That is Jacob's ladder that it talks about in the Bible. So, just real quick to show you, because we're decoding the month of November for you all. Every one of us should be paying close attention to what happens on this day in our lives, because we're highly tied to this 114. Our deoxyribonucleic acid ties us into November 4th right here. And remember, the 5th of November, a day that we can never forget. V for Vendetta. If you have not seen this film that came out in 2006, I would go ahead and watch it. Very dystopian, I should say. This is what my son was for last year's Halloween. So, pretty ironic. But V for Vendetta, tying us into remember, the 5th of November. November is going to be the month that, if I had to guess, it would be where we would see our potential cyber attack that we've heard so much about for the last almost 3 years, since, Cyber Polygon. So that's going to be what I'm paying close attention to as we head into 11-7, the 117, tying us into Bitcoin once again in the month of November, the month of Bitcoin, giving us that same 117, 711. So very powerful. The whole month of November is starting to see why it can be fluctuating in price action over the last 15 years for November. Hopefully it's coming into your mind clear as day right here. So, all right. We went over that. 7 months, 2 days. Got it. And then 118. This is the day, you guys. 118, 11-8. This is the day I think we start to see more news around the first female president, probably. This is what I'm thinking. Giving us that same 118. Something I've been decoding and tying you to for the last several months, all the way back to June and July of this year, when I was putting out decodes and lives about welcome Madam President. So I do think we're about to see that batter change, and if I had to guess what month it would be this year, it would be sometime this next month in November. This is my late end of the year March, where we tend to see some fluctuating things in the world, leading into March, April, which is March is the spring equinox, the new true new year. So this is my later half of the year. This is my March, November. We just came out of September, National Preparedness Month, the month of October. The hunt for Red October has been going on. We ain't seen red yet. So, nothing but bullish price action. No red yet. So still hunting for, Red October, you guys. Been doing that for like 7 years since these Q people have been sharing it. But I'll behave. So anyways, going all the way back to 118, being 149 days away from Satoshi Nakamoto's birthday, tying us into our favorite lizard pals at Skull and Bones. So going to be watching this day as well, coming out of 117 for the price action on Bitcoin. Could we pump into the 7th of November and then get a pullback? Who knows? But it's something I'm going to be paying close attention to. We can possibly even rally all the way into, the 9th, you guys. 119, or the mirror of 9/11 when internationally written. 9/11. That's how you'd internationally write this date. But that's tying us to, yet again, the all seeing eye, the eye of Horus, the eye of Ra, pioneers. It's tying us into the motherboard we live on. We all live on the motherboard. Forgot the B. Boom, 119. Tying us into the ancient god Brahma, all giving us that same 119. So, what could we possibly see happen heading into 119, 9/11? Remember, pioneers, we had, after 11/9, last year, or 2 years ago, our 69K top. If we go right back here to September 11th, 9/11, we had our previous low. We've been in an uptrend since then. So could we go from lows to highs between 9/11 and 11/9? Something I'm paying close attention to. Could we push up to this 702 between now and the first 10 days of November and then get our pullback? Or could we even climb more since we've already got this breakout that doesn't want to seem to cool off? But going into our 111 date yet again, pioneers, that very powerful manifestation number of abundance. So 147 right here, pioneers, between 11:10 and Bitcoin's father's birthday is tying us into knowledge that I'm trying to share with you all. 147. Here is wisdom, pioneers. Take it, write it down, learn. So very powerful. All right. Let's keep going, because it's all about the ones in November. 11/11. All right. So that's going to be the 315th day of the year, coming out of pi, 314th day of the year where Bitcoin hit its high, leaving 146 days until Bitcoin's birthday. All right. So that's where I want to, talk about the first 2 weeks of Bitcoin, heading into this very powerful 11/11 day. It's all about the 11s. 11 is representing Giannis, the ancient god. 11/11, the old face looking backwards and the new young face looking forwards. So the 11/11 right here, paying a close attention to this, it's kind of symbolizing a reset to me this month of November. So let's go to 11/17, pioneers. That's going to be the day that I think we could possibly see a scripted world event, or potentially a pullback for cryptocurrency. 11/17 is, well, the 187th prime number. Murder, the penal code for murder used by the police for homicide. Okay, that is heading into 11/18, which we know is the 322nd day of the year, leaving 43 days left in the year. Yale, where Skull and Bones is from, gives us that same 43. So Yale, 43, and Skull and Bones. The Brotherhood of Death. So Skull and Bones tying us into the 322. Boom, right here, Skull and Crossbones, giving us that 223. So this is what I'm saying for the first 3 weeks of Bitcoin is potential chaos coming in the market soon. Probably a pump up. This will be our zodiacal change. Roy Moore and everyone else watching. So potential reset. Could we pump all the way into the 3rd week of November and then get a pullback? I don't know. Indicators are pretty overheated already. So we would have to pretty much remain sideways for the first few weeks of November and then pump into the 3rd week is what I'm thinking. If we were going to see a microstructure reset, recycle around the 22nd of November, somewhere over in here. So got a long ways we can travel sideways. Chop City, sweet Chop City, until we pump up. So right now we know, everybody knows, we've been in this bull pennant, bull flag. We got the World Series going on right now. The Rangers were up 3-0, top of the bottom of the, was it the top of the first? So a lot going on there that we can talk about in a moment. But when we look at this bull pennant, this bull flag, Bitcoin's got to make a decision soon. We're getting to the apex of this triangle. I moved the lines now that I've got, a better decision on where we're going. But this bull flag, the idea is that we need to break out either up to around 37, 38k, or we're going to go straight to the downside to around, again, pi 31,400. Would not be surprising. So around $32,000 Bitcoin coming out of 1031, 131, the 32nd prime number, We know the Bitcoin spot ETF idea is still, it's a hype FOMO rally away. It's coming soon to a crypto chart near you. Or we can even see the Grayscale Trust turned into a spot ETF. I don't know. It doesn't have to be BlackRock. But I do think we're going to get the pump and then get the news at the top. So pay attention to that too, pioneers. November 22nd for a reset, recycle. Sagittarius got it. Yep. Talmud. Yep. The Babylonian Talmud. Talmudic Jews. Do your own due diligence and research. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, I don't believe in their beliefs. Yep, RSI needs to cool down. You're right, Rumway. Sorry, I just wanted to check the chat. Alright. So Bitcoin is bullish right now, pioneers. Even if the indicators are high, overheated right now. Until we start to see 85, 95 on the weekly time frame, then we still got some room where buyers can jump in and bring us up to 38 to possibly 42k is what I'm thinking. The 786 right here at around the 702 to 786, as high as this 888 right here at around $43,000. Again, tying us into Yale. A quick price action up followed by consolidation, a contraction phase, not a contraction but a correction phase. So we've got our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave coming in. 1, 2, 3. Could we get a pullback and then the 5th wave taking us up in Elliott wave pattern theory before a possible ABC corrective wave back down to around probably 30 to 32k. This 27 to 24 range is not at the cards, but like I stated last night, if it doesn't happen soon, pioneers, we can go ahead and kiss that goodbye. I don't think I really see this 322 and this 223 right down here, and we tend to come back and retest them quite often. And if they're hanging out at around 22 and 25 right now, 24, then I think it's still possible. So let's never forget that in the Skull and Bones year. So heading into 322nd day of the year, we can easily come back and retest these ranges, and I don't want my pioneers to forget that. So another chart that I wanted to bring back up for RC3 more and others was one we were talking about last year, heading into the total solar eclipse of 420. Was a potential push up to this 702 and 43k. We were calling for 38k. We haven't seen it yet. So what I think we can do is potentially go ahead and move this to right here. Just move this back. I guess I drew this in 3 different drawings, but it could look something kind of like this if we just continue our move up, start to cool off on the RSI right then, boom, come right back down to this trend line at around 24k, 25k. So that would still set a sideways consolidation and trading range. Now we have a high of the range, we'll have a middle of the range, and a low of the range if we were to see this. So it's nothing uncommon that we can't see. People are saying the lows are in. It's nothing but up from here. Everybody's sharing a Wyckoff reaccumulation schematic. So when 7 billion people, basically everyone on the planet is in the same agreement as something, I tend to want to go the opposite of the herd. Alright, so I'm paying attention to a close pullback to these ranges. I do not believe that it's impossible, okay? Especially with indicators showing that it's quite possible. So staying cautious and wary. Again, we can trade sideways and cool these off, or we can pull back and have a healthy retracement and move up even faster. It's up to you. We can chill sideways for 200 days, or we can get a sharp healthy retrace and push up and make money faster. That's what I'd like to see. So alright, that was the last chart I had today, and now I'm up for questions. just wanted to come out here and hang out with you all. This is really what it was all about. Give a little motivational. Come out and hang out, share with you all the month of November, why it's so important in the code. I could have sat here and probably shared some more, but definitely wanted to give you all a few dates that I'm looking out for, something I haven't been doing lately, but definitely wanted to make sure I came back out and prepared you in advance for what we could possibly see on certain dates. So a lot of dates that I gave you: 11/1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 11/7, 8, 9, 10/11, 11/17, 11/18, all the way into the 21st, 22nd, RC3 more, thank you. So a lot of dates that we can pay close attention to for cryptocurrency, for the world stage, to see some sort of event. Oh, XRP is on fire, RC3 more, going to drop back down to 53, 55 through beginning of November. I need to accumulate more. Yes, sir. See, we just had more limit orders set, so thank you for bringing that up, because XRP was something that we've called this move 2 videos ago. Where are my bulls at? If you want to go back and watch this video right here, you might have to wait until the very end of the video to get XRP. Imagine that. But anyways, where my bulls at? We called this 1, 2, 3, 4, possible 5 wave in the charts coming in, and now we see it. Inside this 5 wave, we had a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we're possibly going to get our ABC corrective wave, pioneers. So like Roy Moore is saying, I even stated we could get the ABC that could take us back down to around 54 cents. I'm pretty sure it was the range I said. So I think I said the ABC can come back into 56. We get the B wave, a lower high, coming down for the C wave to around 54, 53 cents, like RC3 Moore is saying. These indicators, the 322, 223, will probably be right here at around 55 to 53 cents. So we're going to have limit orders already set to reaccumulate the XRP we just hit and distributed at 62 cents. Again, something we share with you all is Ripple XRP gives us that 62. So how did we know to sell at 62 cents? Well, it's all in the code, pioneers. So awesome. And again, yesterday was the day we hit 62 cents, correct? I mean, it's Halloween, feeling like Christmas. Isn't that what David Schwartz said? Boom. Yesterday, leaving 62 days left in the year. Sorry about that. But boom. All tied to the code right here, pioneers. We hit 62 on a day that leaves 62 days left in the year, and Ripple XRP equals 62. Imagine that. I mean, you can't make this up, pioneers. And we called it in advance. It's that easy. So RC3 Moore, I think you're spot on with that reaccumulation right here at possibly 53 to 55 cents for XRP. We could go lower, yes. We're not going to get worrisome about that. We could fall to 51 cents. XRP equals 15. The mirror of 51. It'd be a great sideways retest of previous high back in October of last year, or October at the beginning of the month, all the way back into September, August, June, July. This previous 53 to 51 cent range, it's about as low as I'd want to take it right now. Maybe 49 at the lowest. That's kind of really pushing it. We don't want to fall below that. We fall below this 47 cents, and we can, see more downside for XRP, and that's not going to be fun for anybody, right? Because if they didn't de-risk, if they were chasing this green candle, well, their money that they could have used to buy down here was put up here at 60 cents. Because they wanted, the lows are in, you guys. That's what we've been told. And I'm wary about that right now. So yeah, let's pay close attention to it. The dollar is still setting sideways. It's sitting sideways, blazing the days. Solana was another coin I wanted to bring up. Soul. Who's got soul, pioneers? I know I have this chart. Obviously, you can tell I haven't looked at it, but people have been talking about it today like crazy. Solana. So this was a coin that we called, pioneers, the top on with our 4.236 Fibonacci extension. It's not there no more. I know you see this one. But yeah, we called this rally before a dump. We called this rally up here. These were the two ranges we told our pioneers to de-risk before we watched Solana just roll over for the last year and a half. We set these reaccumulation horizontal trading ranges for you all to take advantage of, all the way down to $9.99, tying us all into the decode I shared around Solana, Sol, the sun. Okay, so we're coming right back up to our $39 range. You know, we haven't quite hit 39.09 yet. We've hit 38.81. So once we hit 39 flat on exchanges like Bitrue, we should have some limit orders to de-risk some of this that we were buying back here for Solana. So we can definitely see that Solana is reaching the RSI on the daily time frame, weekly time frame, overheated, overbought, just like a lot of these cryptocurrencies. You know, Chainlink blasting off right now. You know, so we might talk about that as well. But Solana coming right back up to our de-risking range that we've shared with you going back a year now. So don't get excited. Don't, you know, let's pay close attention. We can easily flip $42 to $47 and come right back up here to around $100. 3-digit Solana, and still come right back down. Okay, so pay close attention to what's going on right here. Be ready to set limit orders, de-risk, and set them to reaccumulate. Not financial advice for Solana, but when to bring that up. Let's look at Chainlink. Everything's gonna be on the blockchain, pioneers. It's all linked, right? Link at 11 bucks. Wow. So it's all about the 11s, you guys, heading into November. I told you, I'll behave. But we can easily climb right back up to this $16 range, our previous top going back to March of last year. So let's pay close attention to that. See how long it's been on the weekly. Go to next week, about 580 days. So almost 600 days we've been just trading sideways. I'm talking about, look at the price action on Chainlink. It's been consistent, pioneers. Just totally. We haven't had this 222 exponential moving average on the weekly for Chainlink. We haven't had it very long. It's only been around since December of 2021. But we have just now broke above it in the 2023 year. Broke above the 223 for Chainlink. So I see a potential retest of around $8.59, $8.60. You know, let's see what Chainlink gives us. It's been a while since we decoded that. Link. Oh, link. Sorry, I keep putting an N in there. Much love, high vibrations. Build your fortress, build your legacy. Coach Abe signing out, you guys. Can't help it, it's not my fault. Hey, we back. Sorry, you guys. Might have some editing to do tonight. Let us pray. Pump it up, pump it up. Big red candles right now. Let's go, Roy Moore. You know what I'm talking about. They say when XRP goes up, it's fast. So if we don't see a huge $5, $10 XRP, can we not expect much until spring of 2024? Yeah, actually, I think first quarter heading into March, the new beginning of next year's new year, the true new year, the spring solstice is, you know, when we can start to see new all-time highs for a lot of these cryptocurrencies. I do think you're right. See, that's heading into the cherry blossom season again. Go watch my cherry blossom video from last year. We can start to see the markets really blossom in March. So I think you're spot on into the springtime of next year. Pump it up. But nothing crazy though, just on the 1 minute. I got swirls. What are swirls, Nathan? I'm lost right there. But same. Yeah, I've been under attack lately. Oh, you've got nothing but, okay, you're buffering. You're buffering. That's what you're talking about. Decoding too well he is. Scares the elite. I love that. We're going to post that. We're going to pin that message and let them see. Because I do think, that's a lot of the reason why I'm getting, I've already been shadow banned. I already have people getting unsubscribed in my channel. So, I do think that I'm hitting on a lot of things that, they don't want you to know. But Chainlink, let's go back to that and see. 81, so $8.10. We could possibly pull back to the $8.10 range, which is a little under the 322 or the 223 exponential moving average. So wouldn't be surprising to get a back test right there before we move up to the 236 or even higher. That's what we're waiting on, is a break of basically $18 for Chainlink, and then we can easily start climbing on back up to around 27, 25 bucks for Chainlink, around $23. So that's what I'm thinking. 26, perfect. But yeah, so that's Chainlink, that's Solana, that's XRP, you guys, that's Bitcoin. So, I don't know how much longer they'll give us. If we get blacked out again, we'll just end the live stream. But I did want to go over a few more cryptos, like Cosmos. I do think it's about to pump right there to around that $11 range. Imagine that. It's all about the 11s heading into the 11th month, November, okay, which is really the 9th month. But anyways, that can bring the RSI to overheld, overbought right here at around 70 to 80. We can see that, just a straight 1 week, 1 day price action. I mean, look at XRP, pioneers. I mean, let's go to 1 minute time frame real quick. Oh yeah, we can't use that chart. You'll get so lost. 1 minute time frame. Let's look at this. I mean, I think it was less than 10 minutes today, pioneers, we saw XRP just skyrocket. Again, David Schwartz told us it feels like Christmas and it's Halloween. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, it's easier to just do this. So let's go from here to the top. 7 minutes. 7 minutes. And we went a span of 7% in 7 minutes. So, we can see a lot of these cryptos make this move that we're talking about in a day. Like Cosmos. Could we possibly, let's go back to the weekly. Could we possibly see this for Cosmos? Oh Lord, where'd we go? Right here, to around $11. That's what I'm thinking. Maybe around 11.5. Remember the 5th of November, $11.50 to this 223 moving average in the 223 year. So that's Cosmos, that's Chainlink, that's Sol, that's XRP and Cardano. Let's look at Ethereum, pioneers, because it's something that we were buying at under $100 back 2 years ago. Alright, it's sitting at $1,800 right now. Alright, we had our back test previously, a couple of weeks ago on, let's just say the 9th of October. That week of the 9th, we had a retest of the 223 exponential moving average. We've had a straight bounce right back into $1,815, $1,820. This 182 range is a range that I've had horizontally to get back above quite some time. Once we broke this range, we knew we were in a downtrend. We knew we were going to see 173 Vitalik Buterin equals 173, the founder of Ethereum. So it's been highly tied to 173 or 11 or 1,730, something like that, 173. We came and did this nice kind of W pattern. It's very wacky. It's really a cup and handle. We might get the handle right here to around 173. Imagine that. Retest this previous 2-week top. And then boom, right back up. So falling wedge over the next few weeks. That could take us to around, I'm thinking, right there at around 3,500 bucks eventually. It can bring us right back up to a new high for this year. To take us on up to around 3,500 bucks right here to retest this previous high of April of last year. So, it's all in the cards, pioneers. $3,500 Ethereum coming soon. But again, cup and handles, they can tend to break down. They are a bullish pattern, but I've seen them break bearish more than anything. So that can bring us right back down to around 1,400 bucks ETH. Does that not equal 14 ETH? Ether, the upper air that the gods breathe. So 1,500 bucks is the downside target for Ethereum right now. Let's look at the chat, see if we have any more questions. Yeah, I can imagine that. I've been right a few times, I've been wrong, Nathan Ward. So, you know, I definitely see the attack I'm getting. We talked about ETH. What else we want to talk about? Cryptos are going insane. What's Dogecoin gonna do? Who still holds Doge? Where are my Doge cats at? Where my dogs at? It's Doge. It's going to be one that I think could potentially move from this 6-cent range all the way back up to, wow, imagine that, 8 to 11 cents. What's this right over here? That's 9 cents. What's this right over here? That's 11 cents. Can we previously, you know, right now we're getting stopped out at the 322, that skull and bones, baby. We pump up to this 8, you know, chop around, and then pump right up to around 10, 11 cents. Previous cluster ranges, I think so. You know, we've been trading sideways for, I don't know, you guys, ever since our, you know, May sell-off of 2021, when Elon Musk essentially called this a scam. Basically 540 days. So nice trading range, you know, automatic rally right here, return to lows. So I think we can start to, you know, work our way out of this, like we're seeing XRP, and like we're seeing Chainlink, like we're seeing Solana, like we're about to see Cosmos. But it just depends on what Ethereum does, really, now that we're talking about a lot of these altcoins. So price action for Bitcoin could affect Doge as well. You know, it's highly tied to Bitcoin. I think it is a fork of Bitcoin, if I'm not mistaken. Somebody correct me if I am wrong. Say what you mean, but don't say it mean. But yeah, so Dogecoin taking us right back up to around 11 cents. Let's just be careful right there in the month of November, the 11s. You know, all about the 11s. So got a large sell wall right here, 2 weeks in a row. Last October. So coming out of October, could we pump into that range, come back before we get a pump up to around 16 cents for Doge is what I'm thinking. Again, previously right around here. Doge 77.14. Okay, 77 bars was 518 or 540 days. Alright, so that's what that was. Dogecoin. Dogecoin gives us that 117, so pay attention on 11/7, November 7th, to Dogecoin. Alright, 72. Oh, it doesn't give us 117. It gives us the same 72 as Bitcoin. It gives us 144. Alright, but Doge, pay attention to that. It's on everybody's mind. Still, right? Alright, what's Pepe doing? I'm in love with a Pepe. I'll behave. But we can see Pepe, it's been in an uptrend since we've had our, you know, 3,223% upside in the 223 year. Imagine that. Before we rolled over, we called this top, just like Solana. Okay, we called it. So we can very easily see this thing, I'd say, pump up right here at around, I don't know, this horizontal trading range of all them zeros, 159. Okay, but it's basically the 236, even though it's kind of hard to do TA on this because it's not even been out a year. So again, pumping up to this horizontal trading range of all them zeros, 149, 159, somewhere around there, before potentially chilling out some. But again, Pepe, you know, it can move. We've seen it happen. It's been around since April, May of last year, so, you know, barely a year, or this year. So, I mean, it hasn't even been around a year. So very undetermined on where Pepe could go right now. But I still hold some. We de-risked most of it. We shorted. So it's got a lot of hype, a lot of FOMO right now into it. So I just wanted to bring it up in case my pioneers are invested in Pepe. I know some of you have made quite a bit of money off of it. So congrats. But alright. Ordinals. Gala. Let's look at it. Ordinals. I can never figure out where to buy this at. Nathan. See, can you give me the ticker for ordinals? Oh, I'm looking under stocks. I ain't gonna find it there. Alright, let's go to Qcoin. I can trust that. I like Qcoin. Ordinals with Tether, 1 week time frame. Let's see what this looks like. It's hard to do TA on it too, Nathan. You know, it's not really been out that long. It's kind of like Pepe, and I don't know if I want to take from the scam wick on a weekly time frame or not. But yeah, let's see what it looks like if I do this. Yeah, all right, that's a lot better. I can deal with that. Some of you may not like it. To each their own. My fibs, guess what though? They in log, so I'll behave. But yeah, looking at this, we can see that it's right there around the 382. So if we can get a break of this right here in this week, we can definitely see this push to the 0.5. That could be a dead cat bounce where we tend to roll over. We can then maybe set price discovery to the downside if that's what it wants to do, is just continue to go the downside. That's all it's done since it's been out, except for this pump right here and this one right here, scam wick right here when it came out. But yeah, if we can pump up to that, it's all going to determine what happens at $6. Could we then go to, you know, the 702 golden pocket and then maybe see a higher high? Candle closes high. Not talking about the wick right here, but could we start to see candles start to close at around that $9 to $11 range if we can get past this 0.5 at $6? That's what we're waiting on next, is holding this 382 at $5. You know, $5.30, $5.20, you know, somewhere around that $5 you know, psychological range. That's what we want to see. RSI, it's at 43, Nathan. So I mean, weekly time frame looking good for ordinals. We can continue to see this thing just climb. We can get pullbacks. You know, nothing goes straight up, nothing goes straight down. We know that. So a pullback to around 445, 450. Hold the 236. Bounce from there. If we don't bounce from this 382, it's possible. That's what I'll call on ordinals right now. You said Gala. Alright. Let's look at that on... yeah, I like Bitstamp better than anything. Oh yeah. Is this all the data though? For Gala? Is that when it came out? Can somebody clarify that for me? December 2021, because this same thing, perpetual downtrend. Like this is not looking good. It hasn't been over the last year and a half at least. So this came out right at the top of cryptocurrency, right as we headed into the $69,000 high. This is a gaming token if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, but anyways, this has been in a, you know, perpetual downtrend and sideways price action since May of 2021 or 22, I mean. So the last 540 days, just like Doge. So what I'm seeing right here is, let's go right here, pull this fib. Yeah, same thing, 236 have yet to break out right here at 2 cents. So if we can break 2 cents, start holding structure of, you know, 2.5, 3 cents, then we can easily climb to this 0.5 at 3 and the 702. I think previous cluster ranges, previous highs right here at around 5 cents for Gala. You know, RSI weekly time frame 43. You know, plenty of room for these two to grow, ordinals and Gala. Not financial advice, but after seeing a perpetual downtrend, a year of sideways price action, this is bullish to me, but I'll behave. I play too much. But yeah, definitely can see some price action for Gala. That 1618 is right there to around 11 cents. That would be a lot of volume for Gala probably. But yeah, 421% just to get to the 1618 at around 11 cents. So it's not out of the cards, but I do think this might be one of the ones that we see move up slowly heading into March, April. spring of next year, just because of what it's shown. But then again, we could see this 421% very easily, so it's hard to say. I'm not very big in this. I don't invest in it, even though I probably should after this sideways trading price range. It's something I might look at putting a small 2 to 5% of my portfolio in over the next few weeks. Just start to, you know, place some dollar cost averages into this, especially if we can pull back to around 1.5 cents easily. You know, that'd be great. Not financial advice for me personally. So, but yeah. All right, Gala, Ordinals, Qcoin, right? Joystream, Gala Games. Big in the next pandemic. Yeah, I could see all gaming tokens like what's that? With Data, Gala. You know, a lot of these gaming tokens below, like you're saying, Jasmy maybe even. Let's look at that. What's Jasmy been doing? I hold 100,000 Jasmy. Hoping for that, you know, $1 one day. You know, turn 100 into 100K. That's the challenge I'm trying to do with Jasmy. So Jasmy, perpetual downtrend. Stock RSI overheated. RSI at 46. So we can move up for Jasmy still. This is where I bought in. So I bought in back here. We pumped up. I never de-risked, you guys. I saw like $100 go to like 600, 700, 800 bucks, close to 1,000. To be honest, because I held a little over 100,000 Jasmy, but then I watched it go all the way back down in this massive M pattern right here. So we returned to lows right after this little rally we had back in February, and that's what I'm expecting. Maybe we get a pullback to around, you know, the lower half of 003. But right now I'm expecting this to kind of work its way on up out of here. To be quite frank, let's look at the daily time frame for Jasmy. Yeah, this last several days has just been an uptrend, so showing me life in the charts finally after just, you know, sideways price action since December. So RSI daily time frame, it can cool off some, trading sideways or a sharp pullback, healthy pullback and retracement to, like I said, right here at around this previous top 003244. It's quite possible and in the cards before we continue to move up. So what happens to alts, you guys? A lot of altcoins looking good, some of them looking stagnant and consistent. So let's check out VeChain. We're talking about VeChain, gang. Same thing, pumping right up into the 187 range. Imagine that, 187, murder, might pull over, but I'll behave. But VeChain, something we've held since, you know, March of 2020. We bought in down here at around the 003, 004 cent range. You know, we threw in a quick 50 to 100,000 VeChain real quick, and we rode this thing all the way up. Didn't even sell a single one, Pioneers. You know, we were gonna sell it, we were gonna sell at 21. I removed the limit order because I was gonna chase up to around 25 is what I was thinking. You know, quarter, you know, go from a penny to a quarter is what I was thinking, but I was being greedy. So I've watched this continue to roll over for the last year and a half, and I'm kind of glad because I've got the DCA and dollar cost average back into this project and stack even more VeChain. So when we do break 50 cents, this might be a coin that turns me into, you know, a 6-figure profit taking mother, but I'll behave. So this 187 right now speaking to me through the code for VeChain, paying close attention to that, but I do think it's still going to work its way up over the weekly time frame. Yeah, look at this scam wick right here, you guys. Phew. But anyways, yeah, shooting for that 28 cent VeChain again, because we did not de-risk. We took our limit orders off the exchange, so that broke my heart. It's like Matic, Polygon, you guys. I had a chance to buy 100,000 Polygon at $100, and it goes to $1.30. It's $130,000 that I missed out on. I kicked myself, still kicking myself. Let us pray. Oh, let us pray. So, yeah. But I think I've talked enough about cryptocurrency, MEXI, XLM. Let's talk about XLM. What is this? DIO Die 1? 8-hour bullish at 12 noon today. Die 1. What is that? Or Nathan? It's Die 1. Never heard of it. Okay, DAI1 protocol, USDT on Mexi. Let us pray. Is it around noon today? So since the 9th of October, we've went up 160, roughly 160%. Let us pray. Look at this on the daily. This is what you're talking about? From the 20th, or just today? Wow. Yeah, 3.5% on the daily alone. But yeah, this is forming another bull pennant, bull flag. You know, as we're in the World Series right now, watching Bitcoin form a bull flag, bull pennant. We just need to get the breakout. It looks like we're going to break up, you guys, to be quite frank. It looks like we're going to start filling these wicks to the upside for DAI1 protocol, whatever this is. But if we can do that, you guys, it's clear all the way up to around 6 cents for this thing, or 0.005 cents, so half a penny. But yeah, very quite possible. We're in the uptrend, but the RSI on the daily is what's scaring me. Let's look at this on the weekly. Yeah, we still got some room we can grow, so quite possible we see this continue even more. Maybe get a healthy retrace to 0.002 before moving up is what I'm thinking, this previous wick high. But yeah, previous range back here. So yeah, never heard of DAI1, but it's only been out of less than a little over a year too, so we traded sideways for most of that time. Let us pray. So yeah, I think we can be making that, you know, this could be the first initial move in pattern, and then we make that blow off crazy top, you know, that we see in a lot of cryptos like Algorand when it did it. I think that's the one I'm thinking of. Yeah, something like this. Forget this, but something like this. You know, we made that first initial pump, had that kind of M pattern. We could come back like we did, and now we're moving up. We could. It's clear here. You know, I mean, it's clear for DAI1 protocol to around half a penny, if not higher. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking of. It's just boom, that blow off top type thing. You know. Sideways for Algorand. Let us pray. It's probably about to make its move too, so right there at around 54 cents is what I'm thinking. But first we got to break, you know, that 20-cent psychological range for Algorand. Get back up to that quarter where it traded at for so long back here, right here at around 30 cents to 20 cents. You know, we're in that trading range for quite some time. This one I bought in was March of 2020, so we've rode this thing like V-chain, you guys, all the way up and all the way back down. Let us pray. We did de-risk some Algorand, but it wasn't much. So, but yeah. Alright, you guys. I think that's it. Time. Oh, it was XLM I was going to look at. That's the coin DAI1. DAI-ton. Huh. And boom. Yeah, I'm not going to... I might look at boom, but I think I'm going to end it with XLM, you guys. I got to get off here, get ready to go to work in a few hours, so I'm going to try and get some rest. But XLM is a coin we hold, so we're going to go ahead and look at that real quick. And wow, it's breaking out that 11-cent range. Imagine that. It's all about the 11s. I told you guys. So we previously came from 10 cents, and we told you guys, we were on the daily time frame when we drew this, and we said XLM's like XRP, and it can go up and down real quick. Look at the daily time frame. What did we do, pioneers? We went up and back down real quick. So yeah, this was a accumulation range for us. Accumulation broke out. We haven't de-risked again. We still hold all our XLM from 2 years ago. So 80 cents is 80 cents a dollar is what we're targeting after 3 years of DCA. So 0.5 fib right now. That's the 888 actually. So yeah, definitely a pullback to this possible 702 at around 11 and a half cents in the month of November, the 11 month. All about the 11s is what I can see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 A, B, C corrective wave to around 11 cents or so, and then move up. But let's looking at this on the daily time frame, and RSI still has some room it can grow, so let's pay attention to that. John, all you use is the RSI. I use other things, but it's okay. Mostly in the background. Alright, so XLM coming out of 11 cents as we head into the 11th month. Not surprising, but Pioneers, I'm going to send you all much love and high vibrations out to wherever you may be. Have a blessed evening, and we'll see you in the next one. Pioneers, rise. Build your fortress.